Welcome back everybody to the Bros of Decay. Today we got a very special episode for you all. We are not on our usual place somewhere in Europe, no, we are in the Atlantic Ocean in the North Sea, and we are on the island chain of the Faroe Islands. And for the first time ever I'm bringing you a documentary from this little island with only 50,000 inhabitants. And we're currently standing in the capital of the Faroe Islands, Tørnshaven, in the historical district. This is literally heritage. And believe it or not, but somewhere here there is an abandoned house that we're going to document of a Faroean fisherman, Michael Thompson. Follow me, it's right down there. Look at these beautiful houses that we have here. The black with the colors and the white, I absolutely adore it. And also the roofs are just magnificent with the grass. You see this nowhere else in the world.
Yeah.
Only in the Faroe Islands and in Iceland. Maybe in like New Zealand, but I'm not sure. But where I know from, these are the only places in the world where the houses are like this. And they are incredibly small. This is number one of the street.
This looks very, very tiny.
But I think it's very cozy to live inside of. Like,
Yeah. A small space. It's easier to heat.
yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
And right in the middle, we have the house of the lonely fisherman, Michael Thompson. Completely rusting away. I absolutely love it from the outside. It's so out of place here in the historic center of Tørnshaven. The colors on it, just adorable. When I saw it, the first time I came here in Tørnshaven, I knew I had to find out who lived here and try to make a documentary about this place. Lovely. Let's take a little walk around it. As you can see over there, the window is just open. It's broken. We can go in. That's also where we're going to go into the house. It's literally sitting here in the center of town, a little square, tiny place, not been lived in. And I talked to a lot of people around here, and everybody literally wants to buy it. They're fighting
in the center of the historical town, of course.
Yeah, houses go here for €500,000 to €1 million. I just checked the house prices yesterday, and I can definitely believe why everybody wants to own this place. I would love to live in it. Bro, let's go inside and let's check out this awesome place.
On the windswept shores of the Faroe Islands, amid the neat and tidy houses of the historic Tørnshaven district, stands a tiny turquoise house, an odd bird standing out from the flock. This was once the home of Michael Thompson, a lonely fisherman who spent his life at sea. He rarely interacted with the townspeople, but he was a familiar sight, returning to his tiny house each year to spend the winter months. Michael lived a long and solitary life, passing away at the age of 96. He was found on his boat, not far from the coast of Nororagato, where he had spent his final days doing what he loved the most. It has only been half a year since his death, and his house remains empty, a silent reminder of a man who lived a simple but meaningful life. The house is a testament to Michael's self-reliance and determination. He built it with his own hands using local materials such as turf, stone and wood. The walls are thick and sturdy, providing shelter from the harsh Faroe winters, and the roof is thatched with grass, which helps to insulate the house and keep it cool in the summer. Come with us on this unique adventure to one of the most remote parts of the world, and let's uncover the story of Michael, the lonely fisherman.
We just made it inside of the house of Michael Thompson in the Faroe Islands. I'm so excited to film a house in this. It's not actually a country, it's more like a territory from Denmark. But Danny, what are your first impressions about this place?
The house is really small. Just
Yeah.
look at the height of the door, for
Yeah,
example,
exactly.
and Leslie.
I'm higher than the door.
This is a really tiny house.
And that's the front entrance.
Yeah, that's the front door.
So this was a fisherman's home in the Faroe Islands, a typical place where they used to live over the season that they were not fishing. And then when he was fishing, he went to Nororagato. That was the island where he lived on. He had a small little house himself over there when he was fishing and when he went out with his boat over on the sea. Look at this place. Everything is exactly left behind. How Mikael left it half a year ago when he went out for his last fishing trip. The house is already in a very bad state. But me and Danny were rambling like, it seems like abandoned for more than half a year.
Yeah, it looks like it.
A couple of years even. You can see his shoes are still standing in front of the door, catching spider webs, catching dusks. Tax returns have come in that he never paid. Here are a little bit more fancy shoes. Jeez, they're lovely. There's some shoes over there as well. And that was his very small entrance hall with a stairway that we're gonna take up later. Also, a very interesting fact about the house is you can see everything in it is completely built out of wood.
Yeah.
Very typical for the Faroe Islands. It's actually very funny because in the Faroe Islands, not a single tree grows. The whole island is treeless and all their houses are built out of wood.
Yeah, it's funny.
Welcome inside the kitchen of the place. Wow. Look at this. Completely untouched. All his magazines. You could definitely say that he was a hoarder and that he
Yeah, a
just
little
collected
bit.
stuff.
Yeah.
There's some children's books. 7.5 krona they used to cost. So I'm wondering maybe he had grandchildren, but from the story that I have known or that I got told, Mr. Michael Thompson was a lonely fisherman. That's how they call him. He went out on his own, he lived here alone and supposedly also didn't have a wife. So why there are children's books inside of here, I'm not quite sure. This is his lovely dinner table. As you can see, everything is still left behind, of course. A lovely bottle of beer. This is a Faroean beer, and me and Danny already drank it on the boat. Towards here, even his teacup and everything is still left behind. This looks like it's handmade. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Pretty beautiful teacup.
Yeah.
Even the plants and everything back there, completely door and out of water, but still there. If you listen closely, Danny, do you hear it? Hear that?
Yeah.
I think the water even still runs. Oh,
It's brown. No.
completely brown. Jeez, but everything in this house still runs. The electricity also still runs, but it's switched off. But the water runs and the electricity runs. So somebody is still paying for it, even though that Mr. Michael left behind, left planet Earth. Wow, the towels and everything is still here. Oh, what's this? It's a pocket balancer.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's
that's
to
to weigh
the
something.
weight, yeah. You put fishermen use that to weight the fish.
Ah, okay, they can quickly put
Yeah,
it inside
put
a
it there,
fish.
see
and
how
then-
much it weighs. Yeah.
Ah, that's awesome.
But I love this small mirror. That's, I think, did you saw another mirror inside?
No. So it's maybe his only mirror where he shaved, brushed his teeth, did
Yeah.
everything. All his plates and everything are also still left behind in here. Have a look at that. I love these little cabinets, blue turquoise color. Love it.
Colors. Sorry, but colors in the Faroe Islands are big.
Yeah.
Everything is colored.
Every single house has like a beautiful color,
Yeah.
or black or red or any color like, but it's amazing. Let's close this up. And it also matches the outside of the house, I must say.
Yeah, true.
The glasses and everything from his last days on Earth are still left behind. The cups. I think he was even brewing a last pot of hot water for his tea and never got to finish it. He stacked everything on top of here, like all the pots and pans and everything is left on the top of the counter. Wow, look at this. Love these pots. Tea. One last little one that I want to open up. Oh, look at that. Everything from when he still lived here is left in here. Peaches, spices, all the things. Okay. I love that there's a very interesting latching mechanism. It latches behind, an iron knob. The fridge is empty. Yeah. I was already trying to open the fridge, but I couldn't open it. But it opens to the other side. It's completely empty.
Weird.
Okay. What do we have to this side? Something interesting over here?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Look at this hat.
It's a fisherman's hat.
I love it. I could still see Michael Thompson wearing it. This is the chimney, but I haven't seen a fireplace inside of this house anywhere.
It's not the central heating?
Oh yeah, that could have also been true. And then through this little door over here, there is no bedroom inside of this place. Michael slept here, eat here, and then went out of the house. I think he didn't also go much upstairs, but this is the place where Michael used to sleep and spend most of his days. As you can see, it's very sad, but the bed is still in the shape that he used to sleep here every single day. He just had these 3 pillows that he slept on, probably this jacket to keep him warm and a blanket, but even not a cover around the blanket. He was a man who didn't care about much. And half a year ago, he decided to leave it all like this, left the house for one last time, went to Nororagato, if I'm saying that right, the island where he used to work all his life, and went out with his fishing boat, probably for another trip, but never returned. What I heard from the people inside the hotel that I asked for information about these places, they said that one day found his boat out at sea with him lifelessly on there. If I think about it and I see the shape of this and everything, I get very, very sad. The radio where he listened music on, half-burnt candle to the side, and the steamer roll, of course, the fisherman eating gum while working. He also used to play music. Is this an organ, Danny? I think it's an organ, right?
Yeah, it's a piano, needs to be plugged in.
Wow, it's lovely. Books and everything left up here. A big reader, as you can see.
Yeah.
He had a lot of books.
Oh, there's another computer here.
Oh, yeah.
Asus.
Television, computer down there. Pretty cool that an old man like him still worked on a computer.
Yeah.
And then the whole table is still full of books. You can see one last book lying open here, page 221, where he left off and never finished it. Even his wallet is still here. Wow. Jeez, all his cards and everything are still in here. His notes, no money, but it's very interesting. Jeez, and even all his little tickets and everything from the store. Wow, what a place. Now I'm gonna show you the upstairs of this little house. Let me take you up there. Oh, look at this, the floor is even bulging up. Oh, and it has this wood with the red color on it as well. It's very lovely. Okay, let's go up this lovely little winding staircase. This house literally feels super cozy with the wood and everything. I absolutely adore it.
Yeah, extremely small.
Yeah, extremely small.
I think you can see on the camera.
Yeah, I'm a big man, but not very big.
And I'm struggling to go around here.
I was like discussing to Danny, like, are we gonna film it with 2 people or 1 person, because it's so incredibly small. And over here we can see even 3 more computers. So he was definitely also into IT at some point in his life and did something with electronics. Wow. The curtains are still hanging here with all the plants left behind it. Look how the window broke and how we fixed it behind there.
Yeah.
a couple of pieces of glass attached to it. And the craziest part of all this is in the middle of the historic center, and everybody wants to buy this house. I heard from the restaurant next door that they made a purchase on this house and that they're going to own it very soon. And then this is probably going to be turned into a beautiful historical house, but for now it's a crumbling abandoned place in the middle of the historic center. I absolutely think that's fascinating. Look at this. The toilet still runs, water is still inside it. Who knows how long water has been seeping into the reservoir over here. There's a bathtub to this side. All his towels and everything are still left up here. Wow. Look at that. This is where Michael Thompson used to take his baths. And for some reason there's also a big nest on the floor. It looks like a bird nest, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Whoa. Here is a second mirror, Danny.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm gonna give the camera back to you. Wow. So here you had a mirror and a very small one downstairs as well. Okay. Another tiny room up here. You can see parts of the ceiling have already fallen down. And this looks like some sort of a hobby room. Nothing that was ever used as a bedroom. All these pots up there might have something to do with fishing, but I'm not 100% sure. Wow. A radio over there in the corner. You see it?
I think so.
It's very lovely. And we have these ceramic pots and this house that he probably made himself. It looks like an artwork that somebody would have made himself. If you let me inside, I can show the people what it looks like. Oh, this is actually a teapot made in the shape of a house. Look at that. It's amazing. Absolutely adore it. And more books everywhere over here as well. What's this? Oh, there's a cassette player. Wow. Luxus. The lid doesn't really attach to it anymore. Beautiful little box. Okay. Let's go further to the last parts of the house. I also got an attic up here. Bookcase, thousands and thousands of books stored inside of this place. They also have price tags on them, 25, 15, 20. So maybe he took them to the flea market and sold some books over there. Vardin. Michael says on there. Wow. And here we got one of the last rooms in the side of the house. Look at this place, spinning wheel. This looks like some sort of a hobby room where he came in his free time to read. You can see all these children books are also left behind.
Yeah. Do you think he was a collector or something?
Yeah,
Some
must have been. I don't believe that this was for his grandchildren. This is
No,
very
this is
organized.
A whole collection.
Yeah, he collected every single one of those. Wow. Absolutely love them. Mickey Mouse we have over here. You know these cartoons?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's
Who
just-
doesn't?
I don't know, maybe they didn't have them in Portugal, I don't know.
No, yeah, we have. It's Disney.
Lots of working tools also left down here. Even more radios on the floor down there. I love this one that's completely wrapped in leather. It maybe took them on the boat when he went out. Curette. Don't know the brand. And there's drills and everything. Also still left in there. And here he also did some computer work and stuff like that. So definitely this was Michael Thompson, his hobby room. Wow, he was a very technical guy. Computer cables, the hard drive cables, are also still left in here. So he probably fixed and repaired computers and was handy till his last days on planet Earth. Michael Thompson lived till the age of 96 years old when he passed on the sea. Wow, what a man. There's one last room over here to this side. And this could have been a bedroom at one point, but he also just used it as a storage area for the house. More books with price tags on them, probably, to be sold at one point. Wow, this bookcase is super interesting. The first thing that I saw over here was this little pamphlet that we have, and it says HTTP tutorial, and it's talking about the web and everything. So probably Michael was starting to learn how to use computers and how to go on the internet. As you can see, it literally explains to you how you can get requests, something that we as software engineers use a lot to build websites and pass data. There's some more things that are super interesting over here. TFL, Faroean, and it's talking about the Faroean lifestyle and the history of this island. Unfortunately, I cannot read it because it's in Danish. They all speak Danish over here because it's in Danish enclave, like I told you before. More books about sailing as well. Like a cartoonish book about sailing. Look at that. That's absolutely beautiful. Wow. Ah, yes. More sailing books, everything down here. Absolutely adore it. And I saw two more very interesting things over to this side. Again, the Faroean. You can see the sailboats or the fishing boats that he used to go with. That used to be his life. Michael lived and worked on one of these sailboats somewhere on this island. You can see how life used to be like on the Faroe Islands back in that time period. All the colorful houses, what me and Danny were talking about, can also be seen over here. And you can see the barren landscape without any single tree over here. Oh, that's the medieval church. If you want to see this, that's going to be on Danny's channel. He made a vlog about this 13th century cathedral, and it's one of the oldest buildings on the Faroe Islands. Super interesting.
Yeah.
Love it. We visited it yesterday.
Yeah. Really amazing.
Yeah. And then a book about Tørnshaven, the capital of the Faroe Islands, and explaining the history of Tørnshaven with some pictures and old depictions of how life used to be like here. We've been talking about this like a lot. We've been on the Faroe Islands for a week right now, and it's a very interesting place to live. The people are super friendly. It's like a magical place on earth. Like the nature is amazing and the scenery is just out of this world. I said to Danny I could live here, and he totally agreed with me. Wow, really cool place. It was very small, and it's different that it's a place in the Faroe Islands, and
Yeah, it's really different.
yeah, I love to see it. I love to see how these people live over here. Most houses in the Faroe Islands are, however, very, very small, like this one, and it's nothing untypical.
Yeah, this is very typical.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the outside of this place. Or you wanna have one last look at the attic?
Sure.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay. This lovely blue leather will matches the color of the house that's left over here. Oh. Okay. If you give me the camera, I can show what's up here. So we got an attic that's also again filled with many radios, record players, as you can see, and even more of his hobby material that's left on this attic.